a study template. These will be used to launch new studies so that you save a lot of time with setup and are able to just duplicate an existing template and immediately get going. So what we'll want to do is create a new study. We can call this study template. Do not delete, for example. Click create study. From here, there's nothing we need to touch on the overview page. On the screeners, what we could do is create two screeners. One can be an online pre-screen, one could be a phone screen, and then one could be some sort of document collection or like a scheduling confirmation form, something like that. So let's do online pre-screen. So we can create this one. We can call, public study title goes here. Then it's important to have the contact info. It'll just be very useful for all your screeners to have this first. If you ever want to share the screener publicly with other, on social media, you will need this email question, and you will need it to be basically on the first or second page before any disqualification, because the email is how respondents are identified in our panel. So it's extremely important to have the email towards the beginning of this form and making sure that it's required and that two-way panel sync is turned on to email. And from here, you could have, you could create the last page, which would just be, thank you for participating, click submit to continue, something like this. And then when you come in and actually create new screeners, what you could do is there's a really nifty function called paste screener. And let's say you have this one is one of your client screener questions. What's your eye color? You can create a new one like, do you wear glasses? Yes, no. And then, if you wear glasses, where do you purchase them? And multi-line turns into radio buttons. And then single lines turn into just text input. And just FYI, 2 blank lines start a new page. So if we do 1, 2, new page question. And then you can see that this is going to be added to page 3. So let's submit this. And this is how then you could update your future screeners. But in the meantime, let's delete these questions. Let's delete this page. And what is this one, this one, this one. And so, yep, we have our first page. So this can be our template. The second thing we should do is just make sure that your, qualification and disqualification page text are what you want it to be. And if you actually, after a respondent completes a screener, you want to have them redirect to your social media page or to another survey, like anywhere else. This is what you can do, is you can redirect them after confirmation to another URL, like google.com, for example. And then this is how you edit the bulk screener email. So this would be a good place to have a study title, incentive, study dates, something like this. And you can format it, bold these things, just so that when you come in to create new studies and you duplicate this template, you will already have a lot of this information pre-filled. You can have some consent info here, all that stuff. And yeah, this is basically it. This is going to be your screener. And then we can create another one that can be a phone screen. You can create another template here, and then maybe we'll do document collection, and then let's ask for, let's do like, please upload your driver's license Let's do, say, please upload the NDA we sent you. Something like this. So this can be a form you email out right before a new study is created. And similarly, you can set up a template here as well. So now we have our screeners ready. For scheduling, it's probably not beneficial to set up the times quite yet. You don't know what the availability is, but it would be important to set up your reminders. So here you can actually customize when the reminders are sent and what types. So right now we have an email reminder going out a day before the session and another email reminder going out 2 days before the session. We can create an SMS reminder and have this go out 2 hours before the session, and we can edit the template to say whatever you want. You can also do an automated phone call. So this is a place that you should set up if you're going to be using scheduling through Panelfox. And then here are the other templates. So request email, this handles self-scheduling for the respondent. Confirmation handles them being sent an email that confirms their date and time and location, and they can actually click a button and track that they are indeed confirming. And the reminder email is the template for the reminder. And then lastly, what you can do is actually add custom columns to the overview page. So by default, you'll see, first name, last name, and all their screener answers. And what you can do is also add these custom attributes, which are going to be new columns. So this you can call, for example, documents collected. And this can just work for kind of for whatever documents you want to collect. So like NDA, consent, ID. And this is just an example. You can create whichever custom attributes you want. One good one is, recruiter phone notes. You can keep it as text, and some other status. And then now these will show up in the overview page. So let me show you kind of how that looks. Let's add this one person to the study template. And now you will see that they've been added. And now we have these custom fields. You can see documents collected, recruiter phone notes, and status. And then the rest of the columns are the screener questions. And so if we click on Kathy, these custom columns, let's say she filled out NDA, she filled out consent, there's no recruiter notes, and status is okay. When we exit out, these are updated. And so now to just wrap everything up, now that if you're about to create a new study, then you would want to go to the study template, go to the settings, scroll to the bottom, click duplicate study, click OK. And now you have your brand new study. It won't have any of the respondents from the template or the previous study, but it will have your 3 screeners that we created. It will have the reminders that we created. And then in the study settings, it'll have these custom study attributes. And it'll save all the email templates. And so what you just want to do is, this is your new study, client name. And then this public title will be displayed for respondents who are logged in. So new study, public name, something like this. So yep, this concludes how to create a study template and how it really impacts your workflow.